This is the outside of the Swift Escape 664. As I move along, I will firstly come to the vents for the Dometic fridge. There is not a great deal you need to do with these, just make sure that nothing is obstructing them and try to avoid spraying any water at them when washing the motorhome. Tucked just behind the rear wheels is the spare wheel. In the jack and wheel brace kit there's a bar that just locates where my finger is just here. Attach the brace to it and then wind the spare wheel down. Cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the lever and then pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are emptying it away, to hold the button in at the same time to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. And by turning this part just here, allows access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. All of these cassettes are on wheels with extendable handles. At the rear we have the rear view camera, and then as I come round to the other side we have the fresh water tank fill point. As you can see, the cap can be locked. Just pop a hose pipe in to fill the tank. Access underneath the rear bed just here. And then directly beneath we have the drain point for the waste tank. So just take the brace, pop it on, and then you can then bring the waste drain down, and then just turn to then just clip it back up again. Flue for the Truma boiler. Like the fridge vents, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it and try to avoid spraying it with water. Bullfinch barbecue point just here, and then above that is the gas locker. So in here there's room for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits here and is fitted with a crash valve. These can sometimes be triggered if you go over a bump quite violently. So if you are not getting any gas into the van, just come and hold this button down for about 3 or 4 seconds and it will then reset it. Gas bottle just here. As you can see, I have a butane bottle set up on this one. Turn the gas on just by pressing the little red button just here, and then that will allow it to switch the gas on. Do make sure that the gas is isolated for travel. And to remove, just lift up on, push down on the lever and it will then release itself. Electric step just here. Then we have the battery locker, so leisure battery just here, and then mains hookup point just here. Directly underneath it there is also an external TV or satellite point as well. At the top we have the Fiamma wind out canopy. To wind this out, take the canopy winding handle, and then just hook it into place and then begin to wind the canopy out. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a short distance. I always prefer to do this and then drop the legs to give it some support. So the legs themselves are just clipped in to just release and then slide out, drop down, undo, and then continue to drop the leg to the ground and then get the canopy at the height that you require, and then just lock the leg into place. I now do the same again. And now the canopy is supported, I can continue to wind it out, walking the legs as I go. And now, as you can see, once the canopy has been fully wound out, it does come out a good distance. Never use the canopy in high winds, as it does run the risk of being flipped over the roof of the motorhome. And if you do need to put it away wet, always try and get it back out and dry again as soon as possible. When it comes to putting the canopy away, begin to wind it back to roughly where we dropped the legs previously. Fold the legs back up again and then continue to wind away. Diesel fill just here, and the cap unlocks on the ignition key. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Jack and wheel brace kit sits underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery sits underneath the floor of the cab, and then bonnet release is just here.